Let me ask you about the other story in the news. Reports this morning that the White House is considering appointing Anthony Scaramucci as communications director for the White House. Obviously, Anthony is a friend of this network. He was a Fox News contributor. When will that be announced, Kellyanne? And
Anthony's also a friend of the White House and the president. He's been a fabulous asset to us on the outside, willing to really go into the lion's den in some of these shows, Maria. Obviously, it was just a victim of slander by the folks at CNN. 3 people lost their jobs over a ridiculous report that Anthony, it was untrue.
Well, they put his face on a page
I've
about
discussed
Russia.
this with the president because I wanted to get his perspective on it. And the fact is that we've got a communications team that works very hard, dozens and dozens of men and women who work round the clock to support this president's agenda and try to communicate it to a public amidst a very hostile and skeptical press. Anthony is a great asset to us inside or outside of the White House. I'll leave it to the president to make any personnel decisions. But I will tell you that, to have a number of people inside and outside the White House to help complement the team that's trying to get the president's message out there while retaining those already in place is a very real possibility, but we'll let the president make any announcement that he has.
Well, Sarah Sanders has done really well.
She has done very well.
We know Sean Spicer has done really well as well.
Yes, he has. These are my colleagues who are out there every single day working very hard. They are supported. They have our confidence because they go and face a press that sometimes isn't even interested in what they're saying at the beginning, where I find most of the juice in the press briefings is at the beginning when Sarah or Sean or others from the administration are talking about the actual accomplishments or where cabinet members are that day, what the president has done that day, what he's about to do, and then they're live tweeting at them instead of listening. And so, but again, to the extent that we can complement the president's team from the inside or the outside. And, Anthony's what the president would call one of these killers who goes on TV and feels that the president is being treated very unfairly publicly. It's up to all of us to try to cut through the noise and show people the news. And I frankly think that's happening. People open up their 401ks. They open up they look at the jobs report. They see the confidence measures. The market loves this presidency.
The market's up.
You can't argue with it. And people will see that no matter what else nonsense is going on. We in the White House talk about America. We'll leave other people to talk about Russia.
Right. So wait. So Sarah Sanders and Sean Spicer, would they be reporting to Anthony Scaramucci, or I know you're going to wait for the president to make that.
There's no announcement right now, but Sarah and Sean obviously are very important to this White House and this administration, and they will continue on. I mean, it's a very busy place, and to have a large brain trust of people who are working to communicate this president's message. And you know what? We've got defense. We're constantly taking incoming, but we've also got offense. You want to get out there ahead of tax reform. You want to explain to everybody exactly what it means that American beef is being sold in China right now, that the president is renegotiating trade deals everywhere, that he's talking to heads of state about how to get more factories to stay open here, about how to make these trade agreements more fair. He's working on immigration reform. There's so much going on at any one moment in Donald Trump's presidency that to get that communications through a large brain trust of talented people. And I personally think Sean and Sarah have done a fantastic job, along with a press and comm shop that are not household names, where these people work incredibly hard.
And Scaramucci understands these issues, the business issues, tax reform, and he'll be able to communicate.
And he understands Donald Trump.
Let me exactly. Let me ask you this, because you're at a milestone, 6 months.
Yes.
The White House now, 6 months since President Trump was inaugurated. All week the president has been doing this Made in America. Business leaders across the country going to the White House as part of the White House's Made in America initiative. The president announced this $500 million investment yesterday. Merck, Pfizer, Corning, that will create jobs. Listen to this. I want to get your reaction in terms of the sustainability of this.
This announcement reflects a central theme of my administration, that when we invest in America, it's a win for our companies, our workers, and our nation as a whole. Every day we're fighting to bring back our jobs, to restore our industry, and to put America first. Or, as you've heard, make America great again. That's exactly what we're doing.
I love the fact that the president is staying on this, jobs and the economy. This has been his theme throughout the campaign. But what about the interview yesterday about Jeff Sessions in the New York Times, Kellyanne? I mean, why is he talking about throwing his attorney general under the bus to the New York Times, who has been an enemy to this president?
He didn't say that. He has confidence in everyone who works for him, Maria, and he expressed disappointment. I think the president's words speak for themselves.
He shouldn't have recused himself.
And I'll let them. But that's the president's point, that he shouldn't have recused himself. and the president said a few more things. But at the same time, there's, the Department of Justice is a very busy place. You see the efforts and the improvements being made with respect to the immigration matters and the wall. You see MS-13 gangs on the run. You have a very active president with respect to this whole coterie of issues. But again, the president appreciates when people fight back and don't allow detractors and the haters to define you and to tell you what to do next. And so, the president has made very clear, including in that wide-ranging New York Times interview, that he considers the entire Russia probe a witch hunt. He thinks it's a hoax and it's a witch hunt. And now we have Mr. Mueller and the investigators going off on all the different types of chutes and ladders.
A lot of conflicts of interest there.
A lot of conflicts. Look, I think that's information that the public should have, Maria.
Yeah,
they should at least know transparency, accountability. Who are these folks? The money they've donated, the conflicts they may have.
Kellyanne Conway, thank you.